Hello, Mr. Barton here, and in this video I seek to answer the question, what are the benefits of teachers writing diagnostic questions together? Now, in my opinion, I think there are a few better things that teachers can do than sit down together and write and discuss diagnostic questions. And the aim of this video is to get you on my way of thinking. So, what are the benefits? Well, firstly, and this is massive, questions are transferable, unlike many lessons. I'm going to say something slightly controversial here, and people hate me for this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. I think joint lesson planning is a complete waste of time. Every teacher teaches differently, their styles are different, their relationship with the kids are different, their preferences for things like group work, paired work, the structure of the lesson, when they assess is completely different. And whenever teachers say to me, have you got anything good on straight line graphs? I'll say, well, I've got something good that worked when I delivered it, but it might not work when you deliver it. But they go, oh no, just give us it anyway. Sure enough, they come back the day later. Well, that was a waste of time. Absolutely terrible lesson, blah, blah, blah. And likewise, if I try and borrow someone else's lesson and don't adapt it to suit my style and the way I teach and all that kind of stuff, it's probably going to be a disaster. Because a good lesson is not a good lesson for everyone. But I'll tell you what, a good question is a good question for everyone. Because questions don't depend on technology. It doesn't matter if you're a whiz on the interactive whiteboard, you like to get the iPads out, anything like that. It doesn't matter. If you can just show the question in any format, write it on a bit of paper, whatever, then you can use it. They're not style dependent. It doesn't matter how you teach. A good question is a good question for everyone. And finally, we really like this in my department. It ensures consistency of teaching and assessing. It means that we can say to our teachers, you can teach that topic however you want. We're not bothered. We don't want to constrain you in that way. But just make sure you ask this question. Because that way we've got a kind of benchmark to test how successful the teaching's been and how deep the learning is. So it ensures consistency of teaching. And this is my favourite. Honestly, it allows you to focus all discussions on misconceptions and pedagogy. If you plan lessons together, you end up half the time arguing about the animations and the fonts in PowerPoint. If you plan questions together, your conversation is focused purely on pedagogy. So it promotes positive, focused discussions. It's perfect for departmental meetings. If you know that all of Year 9 are going to be teaching adding fractions next week, challenge everyone to write a question on adding fractions, or project one up from Diagnostic Questions and discuss the merits of the question. Why have each of the wrong answers been chosen? It focuses the discussion on the pedagogy, and it's brilliant for new teachers. I remember I often tell this story. I've told it on my podcast many a time. The first lesson I ever taught as a teacher, 12 years ago now, flipping heck, was a lesson on fractions, in fact, and it was to a Year 8 class. And honestly, I thought someone was playing a joke on me. I thought they were winding me up because the mistakes the kids were making, I'd never seen anything like it in my life. Because I'd always been decent at maths, I'd always been in top set, I'd always enjoyed maths. I'd never seen these kind of mistakes. So I wasn't prepared for the misconceptions that kids had. Whereas, if I'd have sat down with a teacher, and forget about planning a lesson, if we'd have planned a question together, then I'd have been much more aware from the choices of the wrong answers what kind of misconceptions my students were likely to have. So we've got some wonderful questions that have been written by teachers working together in departmental meetings or in workshops on the site. I'll just show you a few of them now. And you can do these questions however you want. I'm going to do a video about how to write questions and physically get them on the site. But you can see here, you can just write it on a bit of paper. As long as your handwriting's neater than mine, which the whole world's is, take a picture. It's on the site before you know it. I love this question from a primary school teacher. Lovely, just to show you that this is suitable for any age, any ability. Look at that, bit of brackets, expand and simplify. Beautiful question that a teacher wrote. When I'm flicking through these questions, feel free to pause the video and think, why have they chosen each of those wrong answers? Immediately, it just focuses your mind on the topic. It gets you pulling in all your years of experience, really thinking about the pedagogy and the teaching behind the topic. I like that one. Solving linear equations with a slight twist. My students would struggle with that one. Why have the wrong answers been chosen? What are they revealing? It gets you really thinking about it. How about a bit of this? I was fortunate enough to be invited by the Ministry of Education for Cambodia to go over and show them this way of teaching, because it's global, it's universal. And I got some teachers out there writing things. You can probably figure out what that question's asking and probably identify the misconceptions it's revealing. But that's two Cambodian teachers. They've never seen this before, but wrote that question together and used it in lessons. That one, if it were in English, I don't think I would understand it myself. But look, if you've never tried writing a question together, I would hugely recommend it. It's such a wonderful thing for two teachers to do. And if you can, I know it's difficult, but get it as a regular part of your departmental meetings. It'll make a world of difference, I promise you that. Okay, hope that was useful. Take care. Bye for now.